Behind the modern facade of Manhattan, in the bustling heart of NoHo, lies a place the city seems determined to overlook. A location that, for nearly 2 centuries, has held one family captive in a chilling temporal loop, suspended between life and the darkness beyond. This is the Merchant's House Museum, situated at 29 East 4th Street, nestled between Bowery and Lafayette. It holds a unique and terrifying distinction. It is the only family home in New York City preserved both inside and out, with its original furniture, dishes, and clothing remaining exactly as they were when the residents last walked its floors. But this narrative is not about architectural preservation. Hey, it is about the profound and disturbing fact that the family who purchased the house in 1835, the wealthy merchant Gertrude Tredwell, his wife, and their 8 children have emphatically refused to ever leave. The house, constructed in 1832, served as the Tredwell family home for nearly a century. According to local legend, persistent reports, and the chilling evidence collected by their own hired investigators, the residents decided that their cherished abode was simply too good to abandon, even in the face of death. The museum's notoriety for being profoundly haunted is so well established, the staff took the extraordinary step of contracting their own official ghost hunter, a paranormal investigator named Dan Sturgis. Dan Sturgis, who has now conducted well over 100 dedicated investigations within the nearly 10,000 square foot 19th century brick and marble row house, stands firm in his conviction. The Tredwells are still here, and crucially, he has the evidence, scrutinized by digital forensic examiners, photography experts, and audio analysts. To substantiate his claim, Sturgis and his dedicated team have consistently captured strange, anomalous voices known in the field as electronic voice phenomena, EVP, that were completely inaudible to human ears at the moment of recording. These phenomena are not mere noises or unexplained whispers. They are distinct sounds of footsteps pacing on the old, creaking wooden floors, the faint, distant melody of a piano playing, and the most profoundly unsettling discoveries, direct, intelligent responses to specific questions posed by the investigators. On one particular occasion, the team directed a question to the patriarch of the family, Gertrude Tredwell. The query was straightforward. "Mr. Tredwell, did you know how to play the piano?" The response, captured on the recording, was clear and delivered with the formality of the period. "Yes, I strike the keys in succession." This detail not only confirms a presence, but validates the personality and memory of the deceased owner. The deceased residents also maintain their old domestic and social habits. During an investigation in Mrs. Tredwell's room, a girl's voice, presumably one of the 8 Tredwell children, was recorded asking permission to use a mirror. Common concern for a young woman of that era. She asked, "Mrs. Tredwell, do you think I look pretty?" The ghostly reply, captured on audio, came from a female voice, presumably her mother, responding succinctly, "Pleasant enough." These are not random noises. They are echoes of daily life, frozen in time and replaying with chilling clarity. The interactions suggest a powerful form of residual haunting, interwoven with intelligent haunting. The chilling activity within the merchant's house is not reserved solely for the paranormal investigators equipped with their electromagnetic field detectors and directional microphones. The museum's own employees, those who are familiar with the house's deep silence after closing hours, have reported inexplicable and terrifying events. Emily Hillwright, the museum's director of operations, recounted a particularly disturbing incident involving a staff member. This individual was working late one evening in the offices located on the 3rd floor. Around 10 p.m., the employee distinctly and unmistakably heard the sound of footsteps belonging to several children running about on the floor directly above, and then heard the distinct sounds of them jumping onto the descending staircase. She reported hearing no voices, only the rapid, unsettling patter of small children's footfalls. The experience was so immediate and unnerving that she immediately decided to call it a night and leave the premises, unwilling to investigate the source of the spectral play. The soul most inextricably linked to the house's ongoing vigil is Gertrude Tredwell, the 8th and youngest child. Gertrude was the last remaining family member to reside in the NoHo abode. She lived there alone for 24 years, fiercely dedicated to maintaining the house in its original pristine condition as Papa would have wanted. In 1933, Gertrude died within the walls of the house. According to haunting legend, she passed away in the very same bed in which she was born. After her passing, her cousin purchased the residence, which was then listed on the National Register of Historic Places and subsequently turned into a museum in 1936. During the initial renovation efforts that followed, the haunting began in earnest. Workers reported seeing a ghost, a distinct female figure. Decades later, the apparition was seen again in 2002. Sturgis relays the unnerving consistency of these sightings. It's the same woman in the same brown dress, drinking a cup of tea and staring out the kitchen window, was reported by different people decades apart. This singular, recurring image of Gertrude, frozen in a quiet domestic moment, is one of the most persistent and verifiable hauntings in the entire city. The Tredwells also display an acute and possessive sensitivity regarding their antique belongings. The house, which features late Federal and Greek Revival architecture, still contains the family's original furniture, dishes, and clothing, a display totaling some 3,000 artifacts. Hillwright recalled an instance where a museum curator discovered that some of the family's belongings had been mysteriously and actively moved. The curator had meticulously arranged a display of Tredwell family teacups, saucers, and a teapot for an exhibition. After completing his detailed arrangement, he was momentarily called to the telephone in the gift shop located down the hall. Upon his return, just a minute or two later, he found all of the china completely rearranged. The curator had heard nothing during his absence and knew for a fact that no other living person had entered the room. It was a classic, poltergeist-like rearrangement, ghostly sign of clear displeasure and a possessive claim over their personal effects. Paranormal investigator Dan Sturgis ensures all his findings are treated with the highest level of scrutiny. He employs multiple recorders, electromagnetic field detectors, and directional microphones specifically tuned to the acoustic peculiarities of the rooms. Furthermore, all his findings, audio, photographic, and otherwise, are submitted to digital forensic examiners, photography experts, and audio analysts for independent confirmation. To gain truly undeniable proof, Sturgis took the extreme step of arranging a seance at the merchant's house in 2007. He hired the psychic medium Richard Scholler with one crucial caveat. Scholler was picked up at Penn Station and was deliberately not informed of the address he was being taken to. What transpired next blew everybody's minds, according to Sturgis. Without any prior knowledge, Scholler began providing highly specific and verifiable information about the Irish servants who had lived and worked in the house. The medium was able to conjure up first names, last names of the servants, the exact dates they had worked there, and even the correct towns in Ireland where these girls originated, details later verified with census records at the New York Historical Society. Scholler's accuracy was devastatingly specific. He went on to mention a very distinct piece of furniture, an S-shaped red settee's significant item that had gone missing from the house years earlier. When Scholler brought up this esoteric detail, the museum director was left utterly stunned. She confirmed to Sturgis, "There's nobody in the world that knows that information except for me and the person I was speaking to in my office." The Merchant's House Museum is far more than just a historical building. It is a terrifying, living time capsule, and the ghosts of the Tredwell family Seabury, his wife, Gertrude, and the servants are there, still keeping a watchful, possessive vigil. They ensure that everything remains exactly where it should be. Forever trapped between life and death, in the unforgiving, yet strangely sentimental, heart of the city that never sleeps. You are left to wonder, do they haunt this house, or are they simply ensuring that their beloved home is never truly abandoned? The supernatural does not adhere to museum closing hours or the passage of years. K. It persists, locked within the walls of this magnificent and terrible mansion. What are your thoughts on the detailed evidence provided by the Lippy investigation? Would you dare to spend a night among the Tredwells? Tell us your opinion in the comments below.